Well, hey guys, Thorzax 777, and get a little light on the subject here. What I'd like to do today is have a little bit of an unboxing, and this is actually coming out to Fortune Cookie 45. And I watched his series on this particular mold, and what I found was that, hey man, I started thinking in the back of my mind, I said, you know what, there's absolutely no reason why I shouldn't give this a try. So I went ahead and bought the mold. It's the Lee 358 200 grain round flat nose. I'm going to give this a run through. However, I'm going to do it in the traditional way that I've always done my bullets, so, you know. But I was really impressed. I was really impressed with some of the groups he was getting. He was getting real good groups out of it, and I was thinking, yeah, you know, I'm going to give that a try. You know, I got an old, I got some 38 specials that, you know, I can put the paces through. And I just want to say this much to Fortune Cookie. I'm glad that, you know, he's willing to take the chances, okay, to buy products, okay, and try them out and put them on his YouTube channel so that the rest of us can benefit from that. Yeah, there you go, right there. Man, that's a huge bullet for, you know, 38 special, but, you know, it's like he was saying, you know, I mean, back in the day, this was their answer. I mean, it wasn't about velocity, it was about mass. It was about, you know, cubic inches. You had to have the cubic inches in order to, you know, really thump, you know. These are some big block, you know, bullets. These aren't small block bullets. These are big block bullets. You know, these are made for some torque. So I'm looking forward to go ahead and, you know, using them. Also, I'd kind of like to thank everybody that has been subscribing to my channel. You know, there's a list of guys out there that have been subscribing to my channel. I don't know, I think it's kind of disrespectful for me to mention other guys' channels in there, you know, because, you know, basically they have their own channel and whatnot, so, but there's a list of guys that they constantly write into me, and, you know, they're inspiring me to do these, and I'll tell you what, if I can pass on any information at all to anybody out there that I've gained through my experience and stuff, I'm more than willing to do that. Here's another little subject that I wanted to go through. So, you're going to cast, all right? And you have your pot going, and your pot has melted down all your, you know, lead, and you've flexed it, and you've got it ready to go and everything. Well, here's a technique that you can use to control heat. And what you do is you take your first mold, okay, and you stick it in your pot, okay, and you know, you pour your first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth, and then what you do is you set that one off to the side, okay. Then you take your second mold, and you know, you go right through the same thing. You know, you go through the sequence 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay. Then you set that one down, and then this one has already cooled enough so where the spews have already set up. Now I only make my spews as big as these cavities right here. These little recessed cavities. I don't pour a continuous spew, and the reason for that being is because some guys do it, some guys don't do it. I'm one of the people that don't do it because I want to control my heat forward to back. And I also want to control my heat on my spew plate so I don't warp it. So I try to keep my heat down by only using enough material to fill those little divots right there. And that helps keep the heat controlled, you know, to your spew plate cutter. So anyway, so you went ahead and this is your first one that you poured. So what you do is you break the spews off, dump them out, dump those, you know, in your little collection box, whatever you're going to do. close the mold, and then fill that one back up, you know, right on down the line, and then set that one off to the side, and then pick this one up, break the spews off, dump those out, go back, fill this one up, then break this one open, and what it does is it keeps two molds going at the same time. And you know, you can buy two molds in the same, you know, bullet style. Like if you're shooting off a lot of bullseye, or you know, you shooting off a lot of IPSC or whatever like that, and you like the 200 grain, you know, Henley and Gibbs 68 that's offered from Lee, then just buy two in the same, and you just keep it going like that. Next thing you know, you're going to have a huge pile of bullets working two molds. Also, you know, if you've got more than one caliber, you know, you got more than one caliber that you're casting for, this is really handy. So anyway, so that's a little technique I wanted to go ahead and, you know, share with you guys. Talking a little bit about heat control. I'm not trying to attack anybody out there for the brand of equipment that they have. I got started with a Lee pot. I started with one of those little 4-pound, you know, Lee precision melters, and I was dipping, you know, and then I moved up to the 10-pound bottom pour pot, and you know, I made thousands of bullets with that thing. And then I went ahead and got me a 20-pound pot, and you know, started pouring on that, you know, and I had that for a couple of years, and it went and turned toes on me twice. And what it did is it developed a leak between the spout and the inner casing of the pot, and I just couldn't fix it for some reason. So anyway, I kind of abandoned that pot, and I waited a while. I did some research, and I waited and waited and waited, and finally I got a real good deal on a Pro Melt. RCBS Pro Melt. Now, when I got the RCBS Pro Melt, guys, I'm going to tell you something. It made all the difference in the world. That heat control that is on that unit made all the difference in the world. I mean, it does not vary in its heat control. The Lee pots, the thermostats on those are they're mechanical, and they take their you know, on and off set points from the heat of the coil instead of the heat of the lead. And so that leaves a very wide variance there. And that wide variance is all the way from cold to hot, and then back down again, and then cold to hot. And you're getting this huge variance in your heat of your melt, and which is going to affect your bullets. And also another thing too, those Lee pots will get extremely hot. You really have to watch those. I mean, I remember one time I was done, you know, casting, and I went to get up to put some more, you know, material into the pot, and I looked down, and down inside that pot, man, it was glowing. It was glowing red. I mean, it had about that much left in the bottom of the pot, and I was just going to add some ingots, you know, to bring it, you know, to bring the level back up. And what I did is I took my lead thermometer, put it in there, it pegged it at 1,000 degrees. I mean, it's right over to 1,000 degrees, man. That thing was hot. So, you know, the heat control that's on the Lee pots, you really have to watch those. You know, you have to try to keep your pot at least 3/4 of the way full. Okay, because if you let it get down to about 1/4 to 1/8, the only thing left in that Lee pot, it's going to get hot. It's going to get hot. There's a guy on the YouTube channel, I'm not going to go ahead and spoil his surprise, but you know, the bottom line is he's looking into what a lot of other guys have done with the Lee pots, is they've hooked up a PID control, a PID heat control with a thermal probe that goes in and goes to the controller, and then the controller will turn on and off the pot. And amazingly enough, once you get a target temperature for your probe, say 750 degrees, what that will do is that it will regulate between 749 and 751. So you have 3 degrees difference at all times in that pot, because it's taking its measurement from the lead instead of the coils. And you'll have a lot more consistency out of your bullets. Now, I haven't built a PID unit. Maybe that's a video that somebody needs to come out with and just put things in layman's terms. This is the part you need, and then you need one of these, and, the red wire and the green wire, and then, I have another white wire over here. You want to do this, and show people how to build one of those things, and, with a thermal port, for their probe. And that'd be a great video for all the guys that own, Lee pots. I think that would be an awesome thing. So, at any rate, that's what I wanted to talk about. I'm going to go ahead and give this a run. I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully I'll have some video out on the range and do a little shooting with it. I want to thank all you guys for all your video responses and everything. You've been really supporting me a lot, and it's been inspiring me a lot to share this information with you guys. Okay, so anyway, that's what I got. That's it. And I'll talk to you guys later. Come out with the next video. Good shooting to you.